Welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. My guest this evening is Christina Acampora, who is the head of senior services for the town of Clinton.
Recreational.
Fine.
Nice to be here.
Hi there.
Thank
nice to
you.
meet you. Thanks for coming down. Thanks for
Thanks for
some time.
having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and exactly what you guys do.
Yeah, so I say recreationally because, there's, Clinton has a great human services department that handles a lot of, there's an overlap with, needs of seniors that they might need. But what there wasn't really carved out yet until I took the position on last summer is more social activities, recreational activities, educational fun, just kind of enrichment for people 55 and older, which is actually a very young age to start a senior program. And, I'll be there soon.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to my own programs before you know it. But, there was a need. There's a high, rate of the town's population is in that age group, heading to that demographic at least. And there's a lot for families with young kids, which is great because that's the bucket I'm personally in now.
Right.
But I'm really happy to be serving the population that's a little older, maybe finding themselves newly retired or retired for a while and in need of connection.
Right.
The program had some starts and stops, but when I took it on in July, it was actually June, maybe even late May.
Okay.
And we started brainstorming a name and branding and things. I decided to name it Clinton Senior Connection because it's the connection that, I'd like to highlight in the programming we offer.
Well, let's talk about some of the programs we
I'd love
offer.
to.
Go for it.
So currently, some steady programs we have that are, doing well, and so they'll be continuous. Is we have a walking group every Wednesday.
Okay. We
have a bridge club with a few members that have been, it took a while to land on a day. They meet on Thursdays now. They're very passionate about the game. That's great. They found each other. We do a creative writing group as well, and that's held at the library in Clinton.
Sure.
We have a wonderful, maybe we'll come perform actually another time.
Oh boy.
Musical group. Wonderful group of musicians that
Really?
It's awesome that have come together. We so back in July, if you want me to start, kind of then I did the Henry Cutter Hill Library was nice enough to host a meet and greet for me and for seniors to come out and meet me, because that's another place where there's a lot of overlap is, patrons of the library. And so that was great to get together for a couple hours. People came and we chatted about, I had like an informal survey. I was kind of just to get an idea of what people would want, for me to plan. And so one of the things that came up right away was live music.
Okay.
And there's a lot of talented people in Clinton that play instruments.
Absolutely.
So we started doing it with Mark. I mentioned, Mark.
Mark Koshowitz from Shoreline Music Monthly.
It's amazing, yes. And so he kind of was enthusiastic and encouraged me and was really helpful in reaching out because, he knows a lot of these people to begin with, but then other musicians, heard about it and came. So we started to do it at the library. It was a wonderful time that I started the job because it was summer. So, between post-COVID and just being where we are on the shoreline, it was great to have, we had all these activities outside and it felt really great and safe and easy to access. So at the pavilion at the library, there's outside, it's a beautiful pavilion, and people were coming with their instruments, and it's called a picking party. That's one thing I learned. I was calling it a jam session, but it's like a picking party with string instruments, and they go in a circle and they call out a song that they're going to sing or play and what chord it's in, and they all join in. And then, just before knew it, there was just people that were coming just to listen or coming because they like to sing, as a group. And it's all acoustic and it's really great. So we meet at least twice a month.
Okay.
During Christmas in Clinton, we did a little concert, a little holiday classic sing-along on the lawn of Chamber of Commerce. So that was great and really popular. And we do a cooking club once a month where we have a traveling chef named Mary Ampter, and she comes. We hold that at the Park and Rec building. Her and I will pick a recipe, and we get all fresh ingredients, and people sign up, and they come. They get the lesson. Then they cook themselves live. We just cook, she brings everything you need. You just show up. She has the burners and the utensils and the ingredients. We make a recipe, and then we sit and we eat it together. And so it's like a really nice, social component.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Very
riding,
cool.
walking, music, cooking. We've been kayaking. We went to Goodspeed in December to see a Christmas show. Yeah, we've done a lot in the first 6 months.
Cool. What about the next 6 months?
Yeah, so the next 6 months. So, we've also done like some educational seminars that
Yep.
will carry on in the new year. So we have an estate planning seminar coming up at the end of this month.
Okay.
We're going to go on a river cruise to do the Eagle Watch while it's still winter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the boat is closed in, so
Yep.
it'll be warm enough for us to do that. There's a classic literature group that's beginning at the end of this month. I'd like to do some more movement. We have a yoga workshop that we're debuting this Thursday that I know it's going to be really popular because it's full. I had to book a second workshop for next week, and that's full.
Wow.
And then we're going to do a 6-week series starting in February. And I have a feeling when that series is over, we'll probably start another one. I want to do a lot of things with like movement and health.
Yeah.
And just maybe some more social events. Like what's been really great is I've seen friendships form like right in front of my eyes.
Right.
And so I love that, and I'd like that to continue. And maybe like provide some more like fun things, like maybe some more like luncheons or dinners or dances people have brought up. Just to see more and more of the community connect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Especially now because of COVID's.
Yeah, exactly.
We're post-COVID. So
Exactly.
People want to get out.
Yeah, people found themselves isolated during COVID, and then I think, particularly for the way the senior program came about is people might have found themselves retired before they planned to come to COVID. Some people went into early retirement and stuff. So, they have a lot of things that they still want to do, and I would encourage anyone that's interested is don't focus on the word senior. Who cares, right? It's just it's just active adults, and also it really even if you're like, oh, I don't know if I like creative writing, or I'm not really much of a cook, or whatever it is. I send out a newsletter every month, and I'll outline everything that's coming up.
Cool.
I would encourage people just to go because it's really about the people that are there. It's so fun, and you never know what's gonna, appeal to you if you just try it once. Most of the things it's like a combination. There's like most of the things are free, and the ones that aren't, like if you pay to participate, it's reduced. The cooking and the yoga and all these things. We did mosaics a few times where we we're
Really?
doing mosaics in a workshop, and it's all much cheaper than you'd pay if you just went out and tried to find a place on the shoreline to do it with friends. So,
Exactly.
do it with your, Senior Connection friends and me.
Exactly.
And, I'll do all the planning and.
Now, how much is it? Roughly? Or does it depend per
Yeah, so
program?
it depends, but we always, offset whatever the vendors charging, then we, try to offset to make it the most affordable price that we could get it for the seniors. So, like the people that sign up for yoga on Thursday, they're doing, 90 minutes for $12. That's a really good price.
Wow.
If you know yoga, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
At Body Karma. And
Okay, sure. I know Jess.
Exactly. What's great is, so there's all these wonderful people in Clinton. So
Oh, absolutely.
like a great byproduct of me having this job is I get to support people I already know and like, that own
Right.
local businesses. And then I've met a bunch too.
Yeah.
I would go into a list, but then I'm worried that I'll leave off other people.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
But, just to sum it up,
Right.
everyone in Clinton's been very supportive, and there's a lot of local businesses.
Absolutely.
Painting, Cindy Stevens, we've done a few painting workshops.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but some people say, oh, well, art isn't my thing. But it's not about the art. Just come,
Just come hang out.
conversation, the coffee, and
It's a good time.
Yeah, everyone is fun, vibrant, dynamic people, and they all have really great stories and really great pasts. And it's interesting to hear about, as as they enter the next stage of their life. I like to hear about it. Like, so your kids are grown and out of the house. What are you doing now? Yeah. How did you find this? And that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because my mom was an elected official in town for a bunch of years, and she's recently retired, but working another job. And
but I told you I'm going to get your mom.
Yeah, she's home now at night. My dad was like, all the years that you were on the Board of Selectmen and every appointed board that you could think of in town, we're lucky that we were home once a week for dinner together.
Right.
All of us, it's like, now we're home all the time. Because my dad actually, before growing up, when Mom was an elected official, my dad actually was a traveling salesman. So he would leave Monday morning, come home Friday night, pay bills, do laundry, and leave again. It's like, holy cow.
You know that saying, like, the days are long, but the years are... That's exactly true.
Oh, so absolutely.
I imagine now, and you do, when you are in that busy mode, like I feel like I'm now, you're like, oh, God, I can't wait to just, like, relax.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to have nothing to do, so
you gotta do
they
something.
Must be a little jarred, right?
Absolutely.
To go at that pace, and then, sometimes you got to make your own fun or find your own tribe. And
absolutely.
So that's kind of what it's all about.
And from what I understand, you also work well with the town council.
Yeah.
And the chair, and our friend, the chairman of the town council.
Yeah. I mean, so far everyone's been so supportive, and everyone in the town council is great. I presented to them recently about expanding the program because right now I'm part-time, and it'd be great to have more hours to do more things, and we're kind of figuring out what we could do with the budget that we have, and so they're like, everyone's really supportive, and Carl is our town manager.
Good guy.
Good guy. I just love the way he works. He's very pragmatic. He wants the best for the town. He doesn't live here, but he understands the needs of the residents, and I, as a person who does live here, I could appreciate that very much. So that's been nice, because I think I've lived in Clinton for almost 12 years, and although I have a lot of like mom friends, like, because I moved here, I was pregnant with my oldest, and then your kids start school, and that's kind of like your first group of friends.
Absolutely.
So although I felt like I had a lot of friends in that way, I didn't know, there were some pockets of town where I really didn't know much of anything. And what I think one of my strengths is now that I am figuring out the way the town works, who does what, all the different committees. There's so many people that want to be involved. Yes. But a lot of them are like siloed, and it's hard to, someone will say, you know what they should have? They should have a group that does like X, Y, Z. And then I'm like, oh, actually, you know what? I used to think the same thing, but it turns out there is a group that does that. Part of my strength is I can help connect the groups. I've been doing that for a long time I have a position at a law firm where I'm like a community liaison. And I like to do that in town here because everyone's doing such great work. It's just nice to amplify it, for each other, so that the groups could kind of work together and, get more done. You don't want to duplicate efforts, but you also don't want to do things that go completely unnoticed, So there's a lot of people that, deserve a lot of credit, including a lot of people like that come to the senior events. They have such compelling backgrounds that it's great. And so, I think I had forwarded you. I wrote a little piece for Clinton Events magazine, and that's kind of what I touched upon. Just like when we're on our walks at Hammonasset or wherever we're making conversation and things come up about some of the things that people do, or they say, oh, I remember when I was your age and I was on PTA and I was running here and I was doing this and doing that, and so it's like, well, you did all that service for the town and for your family, so embrace kind of what's there now, and make the most of it. And I don't want to play on programs that no one will come to. So I encourage everybody, like, if you have an interest in a thing or you think that this would make a good group, contact me, because I'd love to make it happen.
Absolutely.
It's just what I want to make their lives better while they're living in town.
Cool. Would you mind sticking around for another segment?
No, sure.
Cool. We'll be right back.
Smart TVs and streaming services have taken over the television industry. VSC TV is proud to announce our presence on Apple TV and Roku to make watching your favorite shows even easier. You can access this service by downloading the Cablecast ScreenWeave app. Then choose Valley Shore Community TV from the list of channels. Select VSC TV Live to watch our channel in full HD. Or pick a show from our on-demand video library. VSC TV is your local Connecticut Midshore Valley digital connection.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti, sitting in here with Christina Acampora. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. All right, so let's get into a little bit detail and a little bit about each program that you guys offer. I know we talked about it briefly in the first segment, but maybe let's expand on it and maybe explain a little bit about the program and how it works.
Sure. So I have a database of names and emails that anyone can join. Obviously, it's free to be a member of the Clifton Senior Connection. And that was something I grew organically. It started at that library meet and greet that I mentioned where, I started at 0 and people who were interested were signing on. And we have about I think close to like 270 subscribers now.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, and so that, that itself like speaks to the need, of people that want to know about the program. And I will plan out kind of 4 weeks in advance. I send newsletters out and let everyone know what's coming up. And I'm constantly updating the calendar on the town website.
Sure.
And if you want to know exactly, like just specifically what's going on with seniors, there's a way that you just can unclick everything else in the events calendar, and then it'll just show you what's in the month for seniors.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And on the homepage too, it'll always say on the right, upcoming events.
Yep.
And so they're nice enough to let me, I pretty much can edit that myself.
There you go.
That's the most I can do. But I could do that. So, like I mentioned, every Wednesday we do the walking and the writing. We do the cooking once a month. We do the music twice a week. It's the first Thursday of every month from 2 to 4 in the front room of the library because we had to move indoors once it got cold. And the third Tuesday of the month from 10 to 12. And we're starting a classic literature read aloud and discussion group on Tuesday evenings at the library. And this is all on the website. Like I said, there's Bridge every Thursday. And then the one-offs or the workshops or the seminars, I sprinkle throughout the month. So like I mentioned, this month that we're in now, we have the yoga workshop this Thursday and next Thursday. And at the end of the month, we have an estate planning seminar with an attorney who's local. But it changes every month, kind of. We've done flu clinics, we've done hearing seminars where I had an audiologist come. So it kind of just depends on, it's a mix of like, the fun stuff, the enriching stuff, and the educational stuff or the social stuff. Kayaking, when we went kayaking, it was huge. It was great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know, and when I presented to the town council and, we were talking about programs and numbers and, what's interesting is it's not the same people coming to all the programs. They're very like unique. So with kayaking, they were asking the average age of the people that came, were they, late 50s, early 60s? And I was like, not even. They were so much late 70s, early 80s. Like you don't understand. Like people are underestimating, I think, a lot. Like, how active seniors are. It's not like when we were kids and, grandparents retired and then they just did nothing. That's not how it is anymore.
That's not the way it works.
Everyone came up for kayaking and we had so much fun. And the way that it worked out, it was already getting cold. It was September and we did kind of like a leaf peeping thing. But I know come spring, I'm going to probably book a kayaking thing every month because it was so popular. Yeah, and we did a hike. we did a hike in Killingworth at Lover's Lane Farm, and that's where we also had done a few mosaic workshops. We did a tea time. You know, we keep busy, Pete.
And where did the kayaking?
Oh, we were on the Indian River. So
Okay.
we left from the marina there in Commerce, and yeah, it was really great. It was really fun.
At least you didn't leave from the dock in back of the town hall.
No. They were great. You know, we had a guide and they timed it, so we left at high tide, and it was easy in, easy out, and yeah, it was really fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what else we got going on?
Well, you know, we don't have a physical senior center. That's how we're different from a lot of other shoreline towns. So I really think, you know, my soapbox has been, it's to our advantage because we're like a mobile, you know, we're like a roaming senior center. So that kind of not forces me, it, you know, enables me to keep thinking out of the box and coming up with, you know, events that are more fun and active and here and there, where we could explore and see more parts of the town. So, you know, we'll just keep doing more of that. There's so much town space available to us, you know,
absolutely.
And I try to use it all and kind of switch things up and, you know, use the Rose Room for this and go to Parks and Recs for this. And everyone, like I said, all the other departments are so supportive. And so, you know, I'll just keep doing that. And, you know, maybe someday there'll be a senior center. There probably will be.
Exactly.
But, you know, it's better to have an active, dynamic, engaged group of people with a list of activities they enjoy to do and a community, and then the building can come. You don't want just a building on with the lights and, you know, nobody in it. You know, you want to have the programming first. So I think it's actually worked in our favor.
Now, as far as once the weather gets warmer and all that other fun stuff, obviously, in the winter, we're going to do indoor activities, obviously, once the weather breaks.
Yep.
You guys are going to want to get out and be more outdoorsy, you might say.
Parasailing. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? But no, definitely like stuff at the beach. We'll do, you know, stuff like in and around the water. We're so lucky, you know, just I think the coastline that we have in Clinton, we're so lucky. So even when we were doing creative writing and things that were kind of more passive activities, we were doing it, like we were meeting at the gazebo behind the town hall so that we had, you know, we were doing it so you could take in like the beauty of the town too. And our walks that we were doing every Wednesday, now we are meeting, speaking of the outlets, we just meet there on Wednesday mornings, 9:15. You don't have to RSVP, just show up, meet us in front of the Gap. That's where we depart from. And the reason why we chose the outlets is just because it's easy with not knowing how the weather is going to be. This way, if there's like ice or snow, it doesn't matter. It's all maintained there. You're under the awning.
Everything's undercut.
Yeah, and so that's what we've been doing for the winter. But before that, we were all over the place. We were walking. We were just picking. Every Wednesday, we'd pick where we meet the next Wednesday. So we were going to lots of parts of Hammonasset and all around town and East Main Street and the marina and. We'll get back to that for sure, yeah. And probably some more hiking too. And, you know, maybe I'll collaborate with some other groups. Anyone who wants to collaborate, contact me.
Yeah.
I'm very open-minded, and I will try to make anything work.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if anybody, speaking of that, if anybody wants to contact you, they can go through the town website and do...
Yeah, clintonct.org.
Everything's there?
Yeah, under departments, there's the senior page, and you could click on that. That's where we keep all of the archive newsletters as well.
Yep.
This current senior calendar. You can email me. You can one-click join the database that I mentioned so that you can start getting emails. That's the easiest way to do it because then you'll always just be in the know. As soon as something's planned, because things are popular and they book up quick, if you're waiting to see it on Facebook or on the homepage of the town calendar, the activity could be full you know, by the time you see it. But if you get it right to your inbox, I make really interactive, easy to read emails so that you could just, you know, a couple clicks and you're signed up and you don't have to worry about it, and you'll get the reminder from me and everything. So that's the best way to do it to enlist the database. But I mean, email me, see Acampora at clintonct.org. There's my phone numbers on the website.
Cool. Very cool.
Very interested in talking to more seniors if they're interested and are not sure. It's nothing that you have to commit to. You just can come to whatever you'd like.
And if people have ideas of what types of activities they want to
Yeah.
see you guys
Yeah.
here. You guys.
Well, look, Mark's a great example because they had ran the person of the week like profile on me when I got
Yep,
hired. And
that's right.
Yeah, he had seen the article, and so he's technically a senior. Mark's retired, and he was the one that reached out and offered to lead the the picking party, which is
yeah.
my pride and joy now. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap like that for sure of people who have offered to also help facilitate groups.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And obviously, you want all the programs to grow big and beyond because
Yeah.
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I'd love to come back and have the musicians play some
Yeah,
music.
I was gonna say if you
Yeah, you give us a set list.
Want to come on, hang out?
I have no musical talent. It's not.
No, me either.
Yeah, okay.
Me either. We're good.
It's not a shameless plug because I'm not going to play anything, but
No, me
you
either.
will love. It's
I'll
delightful.
host.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll host.
I'll play
and
tambourine.
I'll host and I'll ask questions.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Christina Acampora, thanks for coming down and
Oh,
thanks for
thanks,
some
Pete.
time.
Thank you.
You got it. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Sounds good.
On behalf of Christina Acampora, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.